We've all heard of women's intuition, right? Well, men have intuition as well. Intuition is so important when it comes to feeding ourselves and our families in our challenging food environment. This podcast explores a variety of topics related to a powerful, evidence-based eating framework called intuitive eating that integrates instinct, emotion, and rational thought. My hope is that it will help you finally break free of the perpetual diet cycle. This is the Men's Intuition Podcast. All right, so welcome to this very first episode of the Men's Intuition Podcast. So, we've all heard of women's intuition. However, men have intuition as well. Intuition can and should play a powerful role in helping men, and really all of us, right? When it comes to feeding ourselves, our families, and all while navigating this really challenging food environment that we all live in. This podcast is going to be exploring and focusing on a variety of topics that are related to a very powerful evidence-based eating framework called intuitive eating that integrates instinct, emotion, rational thought. So it's a really powerful framework. And my hope is that it will help you to finally break free of this perpetual diet cycle that many of us have found ourselves in. So my name is Jeff Ash, and I'll be the host of this podcast. And I'm a certified nutritionist, personal trainer, and at the time of this recording, I'm in the process of becoming a certified intuitive eating counselor. So I'm really excited to be able to share the knowledge that I've gained through my formal training, as well as the experience that I've gained in working with clients. And so why have I decided to start this podcast? Well, hopefully the introduction there that I just said kind of lays that out. But really what I want to do is to just pass along some of this information to really help people approach nutrition, physical fitness, exercise, movement, all of these things from a different perspective than what many of us are familiar with on social media and with what we call diet culture, this kind of typical fitness mindset that's very focused on scale weight, changing the size and shape of our body, appearance-based goals, those kinds of things. So we're going to be looking at things from a very different perspective. I'm hoping to have on some really good guests as the podcast develops in other areas. So other intuitive eating counselors and coaches, psychologists and therapists, people who specialize in sports nutrition, eating disorders, behavior change, nutrition science, all of these things. So I'm really looking forward to sharing some of these different things, having some really great discussions, and then hopefully hearing some feedback from all of you, some questions, and we'll probably have some Q&A type episodes as well. And so I'm looking forward to seeing just how this podcast develops. Now, if you want to follow me on social media, you can do that on Instagram at intuitive.eating.men, and I post content there on a daily basis. And if you're interested in possibly working with me, or if you just need a little bit more help along the way, you can check out my website at hopedrivesme.com, and you can connect with me there, and we can possibly work together. So I look forward to sharing many episodes with you going forward and just seeing how this thing develops.